Hey Pete, how are you?
Hi, Angela. How you doing?
I'm good. So this is I'm Angela, and this is for a series on my YouTube channel, which is called Angela's Neighborhood, and this is a segment that I do that's called Interesting People Doing Interesting Things.
Fine.
So
This reminds me of like the classic cable access kind of style. Like
yeah,
really good local coverage. You don't get it so much anymore, you know?
well that's yeah. So that's why I like doing this. It's just kind of funky, and that we've got so many people in this who of various degrees of talent, interests, and artists and musicians, and that's one of the things
Oh
I
my
love.
God, we're blessed.
Yeah, that's what's so great about it. So I wanted to talk to Pete today because he's got a few things. Like a lot of the artists in my neighborhood, they're doing several things, and I'm basically. I guess I kind of sort of do, but I just think of myself as a boring writer. So everybody else is like, I play an instrument, they act, doing all these different things. But so I wanted to start out before we get into, I'm going to ask you some questions about the other stuff, the music and stuff. But I wanted to start because I can't believe I didn't know this until very recently that you run a bookstore in a bar in our neighborhood.
Yes, here I am, Angela, live on the scene of said bookstore being run in a bar. So I'm gonna reverse the camera, folks can see at home, get an idea what we're talking about.
It's pretty cool.
All right, so here we are. We got some Chagall books in the window. I had some Shel Silverstein, and this is one of the bar's extensions that they let them build during the pandemic. And I think folks know that the town became a lot more like Paris. You know, everyone out on the streets eating together,
Yeah.
drinking together. That's a good title about the politics of amusement in Manhattan. So we're going into the pub. You see, it's kind of rowdy in there. Maybe we'll just pop in here, give them a visit.
You're
Maybe
you're in
not so
Highbury.
rowdy, but loud.
You're in
And then
Highbury,
here we
though,
are.
right?
Here's the bookstore in the pub.
That's so
Someone
cool.
bought a copy of George Lucas's History and Class Consciousness and didn't come back to pick it up. But I'm saving that for someone. Got our fiction over here, some classics, some mass market paperbacks, some nonfiction. Uh, Hemingway's Paris. We got a kind of like a blues section, a porno section here. Got theater. We got nonfiction titles here, some highlights,
That's super cool.
hardcovers. We got some local writers here. Make yourself at home, sir. So that's the idea.
I was going to say I'm surprised that any of those books are dry because I was there the other night and it was, oh my God, I've never seen rain like that. It was
Oh my
crazy.
God.
This
Yeah,
is
but
not,
sort of in the spirit of the community bookstore, a lot of folks
I'm
helped
back.
keep the books dry, and
Yeah.
this little shed kind of held up pretty well considering. It almost got
Yeah, I
washed
was,
away, but it wasn't.
I was waiting for
Yeah,
it
it's a
to
pop-up
come.
bookshop. How long are you here? I'm here most weekends. Yeah, I'm here till 7. My name's Pete. Pete, nice to meet you. I'm Raj. Raj. To take your oh, it's all good. I'm just doing a little interview here for this local blog. Are you looking for books? Sure, if you have stuff to donate, yeah, or we can do a trade. So I can just come and drop it off. Yeah, even not on the weekends, like just let the bartender know. Okay. Yeah. Just for Pete and the yeah, tell him Pete the bookstore. Great. Raj, it was. Raj. Raj, appreciate you. Thanks, my man. You too. So yeah, you just probably overheard some like community in action. A local customer noticed there's a bookshop here. He volunteered to donate some books, and that's uh, kind of the community spirit that helps keep this going. I've been doing it about a year now. Um, yeah, I'm not on my way to making a million, but it's a nice sort of community meeting point, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of flashpoint where you come talk about literature, have a beer with your friends, maybe get something going, form a band, put on an art show. But like this could be a place where it is a place where people organize and get together and get to know each other. And
Hmm.
that's kind of the power of the bookstores that I love. And I like used bookstores in particular because you can really go in there and find something.
Yeah.
It's There's always a lot to discover at a good used bookstore.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not pretending this is the Strand, but it's a little bit like the Strand when it was cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's the idea here with Pete. Also, for $5, if you beat me at backgammon, you win a book. So that's another thing folks should know.
See, I did not know that because I will beat you
Hmm.
because I'm good at backgammon.
Oh yeah. Well, good luck. You have to come on down and play.
Yeah. Do you play cribbage?
No, I want to learn. Maybe you could teach me.
Yeah, I love cribbage. That's fun.
That's next, I think.
Yeah, there you go. So that's really cool. So you've been doing that, you said about a year, a little over a year.
Yeah, but I started late August last year on the corner, and then Soren, the manager of the bar here, invited me into the chalet here.
And I feel very inadequate because I didn't even know about it. I pride myself on knowing what's going on in the neighborhood, but apparently I missed this one big time.
I wouldn't feel bad. A lot of people don't know. That's why I'm giving this interview, and it's kind of like a nice thing people can discover too. Like, why are all these books in the bar?
Mm-hmm.
And they go inside and they're like, oh, it's a little pop-up bookshop. You know, and I've seen it happen a lot. People really get thrilled or excited or yeah, it's kind of a nice thing to discover too. In that spirit of just walking around the city and not and getting lost. You can kind of do that in a mini way in the bookshop, and it's kind of a nice thing to you know, keeping New York a little bit odd. In New York, keeping you on your toes a little bit. That's one of the great things about this city we haven't lost yet. You know.
I agree with that 100%. So what are you reading right now?
I'm reading a book called The Wrong Case by James Crumley. It's a great noir in the tradition of like Dashiell Hammett. It's set in the West, kind of this hard-boiled detective stuff. I'm really a sucker for that stuff. And I'm also reading the Albany trilogy from William Kennedy. I got through Legs, and I got through Billy Fallon's Greatest Game, and now I'm on Ironweed, which is sort of about this hobo returning to Albany after all these years away, and the sort of layers and history in the city and his personal history. It's a pretty moving book, and I hear they made a movie out of it with Sam Shepard, so I'm looking forward to seeing that too.
I love Sam Shepard.
Oh my God, right?
So cool. So let's talk about your music.
Yes, well, I do a lot of things. I'm a jack of all trades. I should also say I was a journalist. At one point in my life too, I was the editor of the local left-wing newspaper called The Independent, managing editor. But the music thing, I've got a solo album coming out. It's called oh my God, what is it called? Oh, A Pony Named Desire. And it's about a lot. That song's about a lot of things. It's about Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, who founded the college I went to, the university I went to, and was kind of a wild man Tibetan monk who talked about crazy wisdom. So it's sort of about him and how he reached enlightenment by crashing his convertible into a joke shop. You know those shops that sell like fake mustaches and whoopee cushions? Yeah. That's one of his enlightenment moments. A tired old clown trapped under his tire said, "You've been riding a pony named Desire." That's what the album, that's the song that gives the album its name. And I have an EP out right now called Tough Town. And it's sort of about the pandemic and the post-pandemic environment we've been in. And folks can find that on Bandcamp. It's Peter Rue at Bandcamp, and the EP is called Tough Town. So that's out there, and it's sort of punky folk, punk influenced folk, I would call it. And I have a band called the Retired Saints, and they're playing here with me on Friday. So if folks see this before Friday, come on out to Highbury Pub.
That's great. So Friday, what time does it start?
I'd say about 8:39.
Cool. I'll make sure to put it up on the site.
Yeah, thank you. I should also say I already have another EP out called The Old International that I recorded at the Slipper Room during the lockdown, and it's about my favorite dive bar in Manhattan. So I'm pretty proud of that one too. It's recorded at a shutdown burlesque club. It's fun. You'll have a good time listening to it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got your fingers in a lot of pots. That's cool.
Yeah, I do. You got to keep busy, but I think also you got to find what you're good at and concentrate on that. So that's what I think that's important too for artists and writers. To focus on one thing. That can also be very beneficial too.
Well, and there's also, I think, one of the great things about our neighborhood is there's the intermingling between different artists and different types, and that's one of the things I love about it. Is there's a
Oh
lot
my
of
God! Right?
combination. It's really
That
cool.
is a lovely thing about our neighborhood. And
Yeah.
for instance, like here in the pub, you can see it says "We Stand with Ukraine," and this artist Spencel did that. And then up here in the pub, in the alcove, there's a soccer ball mosaic. And Juan Carlos Pinto, who you might have already had on your program,
No,
helped the owner put that up when they first opened. So it's just there's art all around this neighborhood. It's quite excellent.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of affordable, and it's kind of laid back, and there's a lot of greenery too. So that always helps.
Yeah.
And you can be kind of bored in this neighborhood, which I think is very healthy for an artist. If you lived in Bushwick, it'd be hard to get bored. But I think artists need a little ennui, as the French say, ennui.
Yeah.
And since there's only one or two pubs, that's kind of helpful. You
Yeah.
don't have to have too much of a nightlife to distract you.
There used to be more, and it was too easy to be tempted out doing. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Well, anything else you want to talk about? This is great.
Nothing's striking me right now, Angela. But
Oh.
it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to let me show your viewers around the bookstore. And I hope they'll come back. I'm here most weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can't even stand on the sidewalk without glad handing. This is the kind of neighborhood we live in. It's beautiful.
I can't believe you lug those books every week, every weekend.
Well, I don't love. I store them here. I do store them.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, thank you. This was fun, and
No, it was a great time.
yeah, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Probably like in 15 minutes or something.
All right, come on down. Everybody, come on down to Pete's Books at Highbury Pub. All right, move on.
All right, take it easy.
You too.
Bye bye.